are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project, you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, smackdown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today! Woo!
George.
Wrestling with Savage.
George, I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know. Up for George, huh?
With Savage! But of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project, you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, smackdown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
I'm trying to give these two W's.
What do I remember about the show? The ending was a little disappointing.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Savage, and we are live. AEW opening up in Bridgeport, Connecticut tonight, and it starts off with Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli, right? That's how you say his name. Thomas, how you doing, brother, man? It's been a while, man.
I'm doing good. Survived the hurricane in Florida, visited mom, but I'm back for this week. Look forward to it.
How did you take this first match, man? Did it get you started right tonight for Dynamite?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I think it made the faces look strong. I don't know if I'd be surviving if I was Daniel Bryan and his body, with the amount of welts and meat that was destroyed on his chest. I thought it was good. I think it's going to lead to a Jericho win. I can't see him losing, but I thought it was good action. I thought it was good spots. I gotta say, if there's something that stands out to me in the match, it was besides the Cesaro or Castagnoli swing, is the cutter from Sammy on the ropes. I thought that was impressive.
Yeah, that was super actually impressive, to be honest with you. That was one of the best spots of the match. Jay, how about you, man? I know you love Sammy. Did this match deliver?
I'll tell you what I love. What I love the most is a 2-hour show full of botches, and that's what I saw tonight. It was fantastic.
2 hours? I don't think you got 2 hours worth because we had at least half an hour of promos and commercials, but close enough.
Hour 30, hour
What was the
40,
biggest
I
botch
take
you
it.
saw, man, since you're going straight to the B word, which most people in the world of professional wrestling fucking hate? Go ahead and give it to me. What's the botch of the night for you?
Tell me the spot with that collision between Jericho, who was it? Jericho Castagnoli?
Jericho Danielson, right?
Oh, Daniel Darius. Was that supposed to be a cross body? Because they didn't look like a double cross body to me.
I don't know. It just looked like it was supposed to be two guys running into each other. I didn't take too much from it. I don't know if anybody else did. But I'm going to get to Gilch right now. Gilch, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right. What'd you see tonight in that match? Jericho, Sammy. Who do you think performed the best? I mean, what did you see that stood out to you in that match? Was it even memorable? Were you excited for it? Give me something.
Considering I had like a ton of expectations for this match, it was a little bit of a letdown. But to Thomas's point, the cutter from Sammy, every time he wrestles, his match is over. Even if it's not great, if there's a botch here or there, if you didn't like the match, there's always like one or two things he does that it's just like, wow, like fuck, this kid's gonna be really, really good, and that's kind of what I did with that.
I mean, I think he always does something, at least something in every match that it just stands out. It's like, goddamn, how did he even pull that off? And yeah, he is fucking crazy. Anthony, how about you, man? Was Sammy crazy enough for you? Was Chris Jericho the Ocho?
Sammy was crazy enough for me again. He always impresses me. Like that again, that cutter was just beautiful going from the middle rope.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. I mean, honestly, if you looked at the match, it was Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara. They were doing their thing. Jericho and Sammy were getting heat early on with the fans. The fans were chanting, you suck, you suck. Jericho with a cheap shot with a baseball bat, pulling out the baseball bat that he walks out with, walking around like all nonchalant, like he didn't do anything fucking wrong. Aubrey Edwards is a complete fucking idiot. Doesn't even see this guy with a fucking baseball bat, but it's okay. This is AEW, baby. This is what we do. Jericho was in control at some point of the match. Danielson during the break standing on his neck, choking him against the ropes. I thought that was great, and that should have been on the show, not in the tiny screen in your corner while watching a Taco Bell commercial. But that's just me. Tons of taunting by Jericho and Sammy. I loved when Excalibur said that Jericho had incredible agility on a fucking move where he barely caught onto the springboard leap, and you have Excalibur saying incredible agility. That was not incredible agility. Or incredible commentary, to be frank. Taz was exceptional tonight on Dynamite, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed the commentary. Taz was funny tonight. It sounded like he was about to beat up Tony Schiavone at some point. I liked it. I don't know if you guys noticed that shit.
That was great.
It was. It really was, man. You get a springboard roll-up. Sammy followed it with a nasty over-the-top attack to Danielson while Jericho had the Lion Tamer locked in. Brian quick with a comeback, taking out Sammy. Missile drop kick, knocking Jericho out. Sammy and Brian now in the middle of the ring, and Brian is eating shots until he clocks Sammy with a rolling elbow strike, yes kicks, going for the crossface, but Sammy gets to the ropes. Now Sammy biting Danielson, hits a nasty cutter off the top rope. Jericho hits the Lion's out, cover by Claudio. Now a double collision by Brian and Jericho that Jay brought up. Moments later, Jericho has the bat. Aubrey can't see shit. Claudio with a big spin while Jericho holds the bat. Claudio then disarms Jericho, connects with a sharpshooter, and makes the Ocho tap out live on Dynamite TBS. Pretty impressive by Claudio. They made him look hella fucking strong before this pay-per-view. Is he your next Ring of Honor World Champion? Thomas?
Nope.
No way, right?
I think they did exactly what you anticipated. The faces go over. They make you sort of believe that one of the two baby faces have a chance of winning. They make Claudio look strong, giving making the champ go. But I feel I don't know. I feel two groups, and we'll get to it later on. I feel two groups will be breaking up on Saturday. One of them may lead to at least a little dissension with the Jericho Appreciation Society, because I think Sammy's going to eat the pin with a sneak-like pin from Jericho on Saturday. I think something's going to happen. Sammy's down, Jericho crawls in and gets in for the pin, and gets a little dissension and all that kind of stuff. And Jericho says, "I got to do what I got to do. I'm the champ," and fall in line.
Well, I'll tell you this: they love Chris Jericho in New Jersey. They love them some Ocho in the Jersey. He's not losing the title in Jersey, I'll tell you that much. Not the rock and roll fucking legend. Leader of Fozzy. Anthony Gilch, Jay, do you guys have any last comments on that match coming up?
I just want to ask you guys, you guys enjoyed this match? You guys are saying overall? You guys enjoyed it?
I enjoyed parts of it. I enjoyed the parts that Sammy was in it. To me, Bryan Danielson's like watching a fucking old VCR tape that I've seen 262 times. I'm over it.
I would say, yeah, there were issues with the match.
He's still good, but I've seen it so many times, it's like watching Hulk Hogan drop the leg drop at this point.
I'm just going to say this and just cut it. I'm going to speak for all these fans watching the show live tonight. We don't give a rat's ass about this match Saturday. We didn't give a rat's ass about this match tonight. And if anybody thinks Claudio Castagnoli is a great wrestler, you are out of your fucking
No. That's not a fair statement. He's a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler.
What what wrestling movie did? Tell me.
He should extend his fucking inventory of moves. It is what it is. It sells shirts. It sells merch. The guy's doing his gimmick. He's doing his shtick. He's doing his shtick.
It doesn't sell.
I agree. I'm sure Thomas does. He should be a little more creative, right, with his character development. Maybe try to be something else.
All you guys here give credit to Sammy giving what a nice cutter. Meanwhile, he's a grown-ass man biting another grown-ass man live on national TV. Not once, but more than
he's supposed to.
So what?
So now we're fighting. We're doing the Moxley thing. Jesus Christ! Please. Next match,
why not?
Please.
It's old school. They've been doing that shit for a long time in the world of pro wrestling. That's nothing new. That actually is as old school as it
Dean
gets.
Ambrose
what are you
old
talking
school.
about?
That's what you mean. Dean Ambrose old school. You're right.
What are you talking about? That shit is as old school as it gets, man.
Baloney.
How many times did I see people fucking biting all over the place every fucking
Oh yeah,
hour?
let's throw a double.
Anyway, we got to move on, man. We got to move on because we got 5 people here. This is the Savage 5. You are watching Wrestling with Savage, and we're about to get into the video package MJF and Moxley. Mox says MJF is a child. We get some words from JR, who says it's going to take the match of MJ's life to become the world champion, who will leave Full Gear champion on this Saturday or Sunday, right? Moxley, is it Saturday or Sunday, guys? We'll get into that later tonight. I don't know if you noticed in his promo later in the night, he kept saying it was on Sunday, even though there was a big fucking flag above his head that says Saturday. Maybe if he came down the ramp for fucking once, he would see the fucking sign and know what day the fucking pay-per-view's on. Whatever, man. We're gonna get into them later tonight. There's plenty to get into later tonight with MJF and Moxley. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, do I have to say anything else? All right? They put the fucking belt on the fucking t-shirt for a fucking reason. Because he is the past, the present, and the future of professional wrestling. And we're going to get into him in the future. In about 50 minutes, 40 minutes? I don't know. Stick around. We'll get into MJF. Sting Darby vignette, I actually liked. Did you guys like the Sting Darby vignette, Thomas? I'm going to go to you. What did you see in that vignette? And what do you think about the match of Full Gear between Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal?
I think the bad guys are going over by hook, crook, and whatever, because there's no way they're going to have Jarrett, not come back on this and at least somehow get over this match. It's like typical Darby vignette. A little strange for me, driving a Cadillac or whatever it was, and you got some face paint on driving.
I just liked it was different.
One, but yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting Sting sunglasses or whatever, but it was okay. I mean, I'll be all excited for the match when it's there, but I honestly think Jay Lethal and Jarrett's going over.
I like that call. I agree with that call. And, for that vignette, I just like the end when Sting looks at the camera and he's smiling, like that, if that doesn't make you smile just a little bit, seeing that this guy's like 60-something years old, still doing his fucking thing, cutting vignettes, and that's a good promotion vignette. That's not like a cheap little shoot right there. They had to get the car, they had to probably get a drone to follow the car. Good video. I liked it. Anybody else have any thoughts on Jeff Jarrett and his debut match at Full Gear? Is he going over like Thomas says, Anthony?
I'm going to agree with that. I'm actually going to agree with that statement. He's going to, because, you're not going to bring Jeff Jarrett back and then just throw him a loss in his first match back.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I agree. Jay, how about you? What's your take on Jay Lethal? Is he going over with Jeff Jarrett?
Don't care about this match.
All right, Gilch, do you have any feelings on this match? Because you are going to see it live along with me and Thomas here. How about you, man? Are you excited about this match just a little bit? We saw Jeff Jarrett recently take on Ric Flair, right? I mean,
I don't care about the match like little enough to say like, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom during the match, but I care about it little enough to at least go to the bathroom during the entrances. How about that?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I could see that being a good bathroom rig. I mean, there's going to be a lot of entrances, right? 4 guys coming out. Plenty of time to get to the bathroom and back. You're not going to miss much in those entrances anyway. I mean, Sting comes out, it gets dark. Yeah, it's cool, but we've all seen it. Darby's... Maybe they're going to do something different, though. Right? Wouldn't that be cool if they did something different? Maybe Sting drops in from the rafters. Darby comes shooting out of a fucking cannon. Fucking mix it up a little bit. Make it a bit more of a circus. And while they're at it, get some clowns to come out in the fucking clown car. I mean, no.
Darby Allin is like Jeff Hardy. He signed a contract to basically kill himself on live TV.
Well, enough about Sting and Darby Allin and all them. I agree with Thomas. He is correct. There's no way Jeff Jarrett, no way in hell he's losing this first match the way they have him booking, coming out, talking shit, pushing producers, pushing cameramen. He's coming out like a boss. He's going to win like a boss. He's getting the dub over Sting, and that's a fucking fact. Next up, you're going to have Anthony Bowens versus Swerve Strickland in what was actually a very good showing for Swerve Strickland, and I rarely ever say that on this show. He looked like an absolute monster. He looked like he didn't need anybody. He came out by himself, got attacked by Billy Gunn. All right. And still came up with a dub over a very impressive Anthony Bowens, who shows you that he is a great singles competitor, very agile in the ring. Even that opening sequence where he did like the little flip, and then he was like, just the way he does moves and the way he moves, that guy is smooth as fucking butter. Very excited to see his future in singles down the road. But at the end of the day, Swerve Strickland gets the win by himself with no help. Billy Gunn gets ejected. And also, we also had, what was that? The Acclaim's music video, right? Did you guys... Thomas, I'm going to go to you first. I actually loved it. I thought it was fucking fantastic. I wasn't a fan of the Garbage Day one so much, but this one I liked much more.
I'm curious what amount of the audience... There's not too many younger ones, so it's not like a WWE production. Got the Big Show reference there, or Paul White reference, you know.
I was going to save that, oh yeah. The Captain Insano, man. I mean, wow. How did you feel when you first saw that?
I think if you're 30 or older, you understand the Captain Insano reference on that one. I think anything the Acclaim does right now gets over. I think the rapping is good. It's not really my style of like kind of what I like or whatever, but so I'm not going to go out of my way to go download the song or do anything like that. But I thought that was it led to the match, and at the end of the day, it made Strickland look strong, look like a potential chance of actually winning. When we all know that, I hate to be the Debbie Downer on it, but we all know the Acclaims ain't losing the belts, and if it's not happening on Saturday, maybe it's happening the following Wednesday when Strickland, turns his back on Keith Lee. So that's kind of my take on it. Made him look strong going into the pay-per-view to lead you to believe that maybe they have a chance.
Okay, Jay, what'd you say?
This was Bowen's chance to shine, guys, and I'm sorry, but your boy did not deliver tonight.
Yeah, he took a beating. I mean, he had a couple of spots. He took a beating.
I didn't see...
You're not lying.
Hold on. My turn. I got the floor.
Yeah, it's all you, bro.
I didn't see no wrestling maneuvers besides selling. Selling is a little too over for me. And that's what I'm going to say about it. If you guys don't know Swerve and what he could do, then I don't know what to tell you, because he's been doing it for a long time. So whatever he did tonight was no surprise to me, but it just was a sloppy match. I didn't enjoy it. I expected more. I thought he would shine. He didn't do it in my eyes. But great music video.
I enjoyed the match. Gilch, how about you?
Enjoyed the music video. It looks like part of that was shot on the boardwalk of Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I can see the boardwalk wall in the background. So maybe we didn't know that happened. Although it looked like with the sun, if you look at the
that's
sun,
probably earlier in the day,
like
bro.
4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. But I enjoyed it. The match was okay. I kind of agree with Jay. I thought Bowens would do a little more, but as much as I'll enjoy, as much as I'll pop like everyone else on Saturday when they come out, it's a little bit of a downer because, like we always talk about, my issue is predictability, and there is, 100% chance they're walking out of there with that, which is good. I'm glad, but takes a little bit away when it's that big.
Anthony, how about you, man? What'd you see in this?
I enjoyed the music video. I did. I thought it was funny. I didn't like the match. I wanted to see Bowen shine, and this was his time. And Tony, and the way this match was written out, well, not written out, but like mapped out. But I don't see the Acclaimed losing those titles either. And for the turn, I mean, I've been waiting for that turn for months with Keith Lee and Swerve.
Oh, that's
coming.
They've
been saying for months. Yeah, but I mean, how many more times can we see that?
It's over right now. I'm telling you, it's a guarantee. It's over Saturday after he loses and they lose their tag team championship match. Because that's why this got booked the way it did. Because Swerve and Keith Lee are about to take another fucking L to the hot and over Acclaimed, who ain't taking the loss to anybody right now except maybe FTR. And they're not fighting FTR. They're fighting Swerve and Acclaim one more time. And this is probably going to be the end of it, I hope. I'm 99.9% that this is the end. We're going to see them break up and move on and all that stuff. But yeah, I agree with you guys as far as like Bowen should have did more. I would have rather seen a 15-minute match or a 12-minute match of them going back and forth and then Swerve gets the win. Instead of just Swerve like really destroying this guy. He almost tried to break his fucking arm if you saw in that one spot. That looked pretty rough.
But
That
you
was
know
a
what?
brutal spot.
The way, so Savage, the way you bring that up, it kind of makes sense because think about the booking of the match, right? And I'm trying to get my inner busted open on this one and think outside the box a little. Kind of makes sense from what you're telling me, and you saw it a little better than I did because I wasn't super into the match, but they're booking Strickland to be really, really strong. You notice that he was holding his shoulder, Bones was holding his shoulder at the end. So it led those fans out there to actually believe, some to believe, that, maybe they got a chance. Bowens is hurt. They'll do something to take the belt off him. Strickland's looking really strong. And I get the idea of not having Bowens shine, and I can understand, the fans being a little like, why did he get more offense in? But they're trying to build up with something what most people led to believe is inevitable of them not winning. So, it's got to get a little bit of excitement and anticipation for the match. So thinking from what you brought up, it makes sense for him to go as strong as he did and to make him look like he's hurt his shoulder or, is there, how is that shoulder 100% from that fight on Wednesday? So
that
makes sense.
That's a great perspective, man. I mean, tonight we did get the premiere of the Acclaim's new music video. I love the lines where he said, "Little dick energy, selfies with nobodies. We did more in 2 years than you did your whole career. Not bad, very well done. Loved it, loved it. I love the Captain Insano. The Captain Insano part was absolutely fucking incredible. Don't give a fuck if you saw it, didn't see it. If you get it, you don't get it, doesn't matter to me. Why? Because I got it. I remember fucking Waterboy. I remember Captain Insano, and that shit was fucking fire. I've been waiting to see Big Show come back as Captain Insano. And if this is the little inkling of maybe Big Show having a run as Captain Insano, I am all fucking for it. Fuck you, Gilch. I want to see it.
You're acting Insano right now. You're acting Insano right now.
You would want to see Captain Insano come down to the ring and have a match and kick the shit out of somebody? Really?
No.
Come on,
No.
man. God damn,
No.
poor Paul White. Does anybody have any love for Paul White? Anybody? Am I the only one? It's because I'm a big guy, right? I got a little sympathy for the giant. Man, nobody gives a fuck about Paul White. Well, what are you going to do? The music video was cool. Billy Gunn attacked Swerve. Ash chants begin. Daddy asked this and that. Bowens in control early, but Swerve with a comeback. Very nice offense. Great kicks. Flips over the top rope. And then he even dumped Bowens into the steel chair in the front row. That looked like a tough spot. That takes us to break. Back from, we get Swerve in full control, working on the arm, trying to pop the shoulder out of the socket. Swerve hits the Swerve stomp, then hits a nasty looking, I don't even know what that move's called. Jay, do you know what that move's called? It looked like a fallen angel, modified kind of.
To me, it just looks like a Michinoku driver.
No, it's way better than that. That move was nasty. That finish was nasty.
It's the same move as Santos.
It looks like a fallen angel. It looks like Kenny's fucking move. Am I wrong, Gilt? You're a Kenny guy.
Santos Escobar's finisher.
It looked like the way he drops. Santos Escobar finisher? What's his finisher called?
It's the same thing. The same thing to Swerve did.
Well, what's it called?
Same exact
We don't
thing.
know? Nobody knows.
I don't
anyway,
know.
1, 2, 3. Swerve, all business tonight. They made Swerve look very strong. And then we get a video package hyping up Jade Cargill. Anybody have any, before I go, Jay, Gilch, anybody else have anything else to say about the Acclaimed? Or you guys are all good? We're settled on the Acclaimed? Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose. Thomas, who's going to win this match and why? And do you like the way Nyla Rose stole the belt and created this whole opportunity for herself?
It's really tough for me to be into the women's division. You've got two people that, in my opinion, one's out. No, let me see, three maybe. One's out of injury for whatever that is with Thunder Rosa, a legit wrestler. I like Jade Cargill. I like her brand of her. I think she's green, and everybody and their mother that is an expert and actually can talk on this like a Bully Ray knows that she's green, but I think she's got great potential. I think she's winning, and I think she's actually picking her up for her finisher, as strange as that sounds, and I think Nyla's going to lose, and Nyla's going to go back to the catering again, and this Nyla's getting over more, being funny and stuff, and I think the crowd reacts to her, but Nyla should have been a beast from day one and running through everybody like an awesome Kong. And it never happened.
Well, she had a little run, right? She was the women's world champion.
Yeah, she also beat an Asian apartment wrestler, and whatever her name is. So, the little paper girl, whatever. But anyway,
Keeping it real.
I got hardly no love. And, they're trying to build up the division, but they got nothing with stories. I mean, hopefully Chris Statlander comes back, who legit can wrestle.
Yeah, she's great. Create a pro.
You got maybe 4 people around that can do it, and it's just, I don't know. It's just doesn't do much for me. It's going to be a win for Jade. It'll be tough. She'll look like she's possibly going to lose because Nyla's a big girl, but I think she'll pose a threat. But I think in the end, Jade's going to win.
All right, Jay, I'm going straight to you after I tell you what I think, which is Jade Cargill's not going to lose. But yeah, go for it, Jay.
Yeah, so my problem with Jade in the past couple months is the booking. It's really, really bad. And this whole storyline match and booking is 10 times worse. Jade has the potential, and, like Thomas said, she's green. But guess what? You put her with the right dance partner, it could all be covered up, and we have seen it. I really think they dropped the ball with Athena. That should have been the one to break the streak. And now since they fucked that up, she's the same as Wardlow. They're trapped in a limbo. They can't get out.
No, she's going to have a Goldberg-like streak, and I don't know if you know that's about 100-something, so she ain't losing anytime fucking soon. Just deal with it. Anthony, how about you? Who you got in this match, and why?
I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big fan with this match.
Enough said.
I don't.
Like, I understand.
Yeah, that's it.
Get it.
That's my take.
Gilch, do you give a shit? You're picking a winner because you're going to see it live. I mean, to me, this is the bathroom break match. This is the bathroom break match. It shouldn't be, but it is. You know what else shouldn't be?
That's bad.
The match for the women's championship, the interim women's championship, shouldn't be hyped up less than just a regular match between Saraya and Britt Baker. It's sad that the women's match without the title is going to be the better, more exciting, more hyped up match, and also higher on the card. And it doesn't even have the title in it. You're just disrespecting the women's championship by even having this fucking match without the women's championship attached to it. Britt Baker should be your fucking champion right now. And Saraya should be coming back to take that fucking championship. That's the way this shit should have been booked.
I'm gonna get a lot of heat, but I think Saraya's fucking trash.
If you're gonna book it and her come back, she might as well just come back and make her the champion in her first fucking match like she did on WWE. Isn't that what happened? Her first match on Monday Night Raw, in her first fucking match, she won the fucking Divas Championship, or do we not remember that?
Yeah, but she was
wrestling no choice.
And it was legit. Here she hasn't been in the ring in 7 years. It wasn't like CM Punk came back in and said, "Hey, I'm challenging you for the title." He wrestled, had storylines, and came back. Saraya, who we don't even know what she can do in the ring. Don't get me wrong, she's better than all of us combined in a professional wrestling ring. I don't know an armbar from a lock hold as far as legitimately trying to do the move. And even that move even makes sense. But you get my point. And they're going to make it look good regardless. And from my understanding, and again, it's not dirt sheets, just things that I hear. I think she's got that they're progressing her back for a match like every month. So she's not going to be on TV weekly. They're bringing her back slow. I think it's eventually at the end with the way they both talked about it. I know we'll hit upon it. I think it's going to be a respect match where I'm not saying they're going to shake hands at the end, but I think they're going to have respect, and I think the crowd's going to say, "This is awesome," or "You still got it," blah, blah, blah. Mark my words on that one. And when we come back and do this show or a recap, if the words "You still got it" come out of the fan's mouth.
Okay.
Challenging you.
I'll tell you what I think.
Ain't gonna deliver.
I'll tell you what I think words are going to come out. I think we're going to hear a porn star chant start in New Jersey. And I might fucking start it, Thomas.
Say that again?
Porn star.
He's like, say it again.
Porn star. Just screaming that shit at ringside. And also, I'll be screaming, "This is Britt's house. This is Britt's house. This is Britt's house." God damn it. And Britt's got to take a loss to Saraya. That's what's really fucking sad. I don't want to see that. But
here's the thing, though. Going over and getting over.
Yeah, she's already over. She's already over. She'll be over even if she takes this out. It doesn't matter. Britt Baker comes out. She cuts a promo. She's talking straight to Saraya. This was a very good fucking promo. But we're going to get into that promo after this interview with Tony Schiavone with Samoa Joe. Joe raising his Ring of Honor TV Championship, fans chanting Wardlow. Joe says it's an honor to share the ring with Tony. Kind of threatens him a little bit. Joe goes on and on and on until Hobbs comes out and says, I am the one that's been kicking Wardlow's ass for the past several weeks. So why don't I come in there and kick your ass, champ? Joe says, I hope you work those knuckles as well as your gums. Here comes Wardlow. We get the spear on Joe. Security comes out, getting dropped by Wardlow. Dark Order just standing in Wardlow's way. Nope, they say, fuck it, we're good. We don't want none of this smoke. Wardlow with a running move that he does, runs rope to rope over the top rope, showing us his athletic ability, right? Attacking and taking out everyone, and that's the end of it. I'm going to go to you, Thomas, first. Who do you think is going to win that match? Triple threat, Joe, Hobbs, Samoa Joe, Wardlow.
I like to think this is probably going to be a match that will make Wardlow look better. I think Samoa Joe is going to be the fucking ring general. He's going to dictate everything besides whoever books the whole thing out. I think Wardlow goes... If it was Wardlow versus Hobbs, I would have been okay with Hobbs pulling out the win because I think it's his time for something. You know, he's gotten better talking on the mic. Although I think I could see him with Stokely. I think him and Stokely would have been a cool looking pair, minus the firm. On a side note. But I think Wardlow goes over in this, or something happens, and I hate the idea of the ROH TV title and the TNT title, because all in all, it's all in the same company right now until we get something different. My pick is with Wardlow, and I hate to say it, but I think Hobbs is taking the L on it.
Okay. I can agree with that. If Wardlow and Hobbs were going at it, I wouldn't mind them exchanging wins and losses for a few months. Just trade the titles a couple of times. We've rarely seen that on AEW where, like, you see the title change hands, like, immediately, kind of. Like, I'm talking about, like, the next night kind of shit. Like, you know, you lose it at Full Gear, and then you win it back on fucking Dynamite. And then he wins it back on fucking Rampage. Like, who gives a fuck? You're already doing silly shit anyway. You can make both guys look equally beast. When I look at Wardlow, I see Hobbs standing right next to him on the same fucking level. I cannot say that I look at Wardlow as better than Hobbs just because he has a title on. Hobbs is very fucking impressive. He's always been impressive. And lately he's been killing it on the mic. Tonight, short, sweet, and sounded and looked like a badass.
Gilch, you know what though? It's amazing. Go for it. It's amazing how much, and I think some of you guys may agree with this. If you don't, that's cool. The amount of steam that has been taken off as far as the train goes of Wardlow in the last 6 to 8 weeks after the MJF thing, when he won the title, has the TNT title and everything. I'm not saying that dude deserves to be world champ right now, but if you look at comparing the level of where an MJF is right now, MJF is like superstar. I don't want to say he doesn't need the world title, because he definitely needs a world title, and he'll look great with it.
Anybody needs it, it's him.
Right, and he's definitely going to get it, and he deserves it, but Wardlow, who was like the man when he beat and crushed MJF. MJF looks like he's been doing this far longer, and maybe he has. But
he looks like he's been doing this shit out of the fucking room.
And he just looks here, and Wardlow's here. And if they had a one-on-one match now, I'd be like, man, who am I gonna pick? As opposed to previously when you knew he was gonna kill him. So on a side note, staying with your match, I still think Wardlow's going over. But this isn't done after this pay-per-view.
Jay, who's going over in this match, and what do you want? Like, who's going over, and who do you want to go over?
I'm gonna disagree with Thomas say, but I'm gonna carry on with that in a little bit. I'm gonna say Wardlow is going to retain, even though I wish that never happened. And going into Thomas, yeah, I agree. It's to make somebody look good, but who needs it more? It's not really Wardlow. It's Powerhouse Hobbs. Why? Because Powerhouse has been in bad booking and it's been barely on TV. And the storyline with Ricky Stark, that whole program just failed. It failed for me. I really thought the match at All Out would put him over, and it did for like a hot minute. So I think he needs it more than Wardlow and Joe is just there to just, hey, I'll do whatever you guys, I'll make you guys shine. That's how I see it. Wardlow.
Okay. Gilch, how about you? Who's going over in this match?
100%.
Wardlow. Anthony, you got anything else to add to this?
I want to say Powerhouse, and then take Samoa Joe and Wardlow out of the Ring of Honor picture. Put them in a bigger program with each other to go for the title.
Are there 2 titles on the line in this match?
No, one.
TNT titles on the line.
That's stupid. Joe's should be on the line too. What's the fucking point?
The AEW show, remember?
They have to have Ring of Honor on
Titles on the line.
Anyway, Britt Baker's gonna come out and cut a hell of a promo. Soraya, you talk shit about me. You talk shit that I've only been here for 3 years. In 3 years, I became a leader. In 3 years, I became my own damn role model. And I was not handed anything that you were handed. I became undeniable until every fan says it with me. I'm Dr. Britt Baker, DM, all that good stuff. We kept the fire of pro wrestling in the darkest times. That's an era you will never know. I respect the fact that you fought addiction and came back from a horrible neck injury, but this business owes you nothing. It has moved on. And what you're not going to do is belittle me and all my blood, sweat, and tears because you're stuck in the past. I am the heart and soul and the pulse of AEW. And if you think you're above that, you can get the hell out of this. This is my house. Get the hell out of here. This is my house.
When you're reading recaps of Britt Baker's promos, please don't ever say all that shit. You have to sit there and I want to see you give the D.
You want me to do the full DMD? I'm trying to save a little time here, man. Time constraint.
Not that. That's not a time cutter.
I'm sorry, man. Well, go ahead, Gilch. Give us one good DMD, man. So give the full DMD. Go for it, man. Easy.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. Maybe we can do a full La Greca lean. Can everybody start going like this? How about a La Greca lean for La Greca? Everybody start leaning for La Greca, man. Oh, man. I made him a song. I sent it to him. He actually said, thanks, brother. Shout out to Dave La Greca and everybody from Busted Open. You guys put on a good show. I'd say 3 out of 5 days, 6. Right? Most of the times it's good. Sometimes it's really good. But then there's days like today where everybody's just putting themselves over. Tony Khan's talking shit for half an hour about fucking same fucking shit every fucking week. Pissing me off, Tony Khan. Pissing me off. What do you think about that? What do you think about Tony Time, Thomas? You okay with Tony Time every Wednesday? Or do you think it should be once a month?
I think just like with Tony Time, we should continue going on for our fans that want to hear about the recap. And Tony should be by Ixay on the Nixay on his whole Tony Time every single week. It gets a little bit old after a while. The cool factor of an owner being on is kind of done with.
Dude, yeah, it's not cool when you're on every fucking week, all right? There's a reason why there's Tony Time and not Hunter Hearst Helmsley time, okay? Because Hunter's too busy doing what Hunter does, being the cerebral assassin and plotting to fucking just shit on everything that's called professional wrestling in the year 2023, which will be the first full calendar year of the greatest booker in professional wrestling, Triple H. And that's just the way it was in the stars. It's destiny. You guys got to get over it. If you're AEW lovers and you stop watching WWE, now is the time to start watching WWE again. Just throw that out there. Just throw that out there. Don't stop watching AEW. I watch both. I love both shows. I'm a fan of wrestling. But I don't like the people that are bashing WWE just because they love AEW or they love this or that, or if they just go to the indies. WWE is getting their shit back together, and that's just a fact. Wait till 2023. I can't wait. Britt Baker killed it again. Now we're going to get a match, championship match, AEW World Trios Championship. In fact, Top Flight and AR Fox versus Death Triangle. AR Fox I thought was impressive tonight. Top Flight, they're always impressive. It was a spot fest, but it was a good spot fest. It was actually a spot fest deluxe, but I got to admit, I liked it. It was good. I had fun. It was a fun match. Very impressive. Okay? How good is Ray, Pac, and Penta as a trio, man? Crazy match, Death Triangle picking up the win, defending their titles on Dynamite. I remember once upon a time, everybody was bitching and complaining that Pac would never defend anything on Dynamite. Yet here he is, almost every fucking week, doing his fucking thing, kicking ass, looking like a bastard. And unfortunately, Death Triangle is probably going to die sooner than Swerve and Glory. because the Elite are coming back, and we know what that means, right? So real quick, I'm going to go to you, Thomas, first. What did you think about this match? And who's going to win it Full Gear? The Elite or Death Triangle?
Number one, I think they should have kept it at least for another day or two. With maybe some, social media teases a little bit more. Everybody knows they're coming back, but literally announcing it like Tony does every 5 seconds, giving it away on the screen. The match itself, I've been impressed with day one when they're healthy with Top Flight. I think Top Flight could have been the Acclaimed 2 years ago. At least as far as like a high-flying group goes. I think the Bucks probably could have got him over even more. I'm not into spot fest things, but I think those two guys have a lot of talent if they're more consistent and, not injury prone. I think the Bucks are probably going to get, I think they're going to get a really good, what's the word I'm looking for? Reaction from the crowd. And I think they're definitely going over. I'm a little skeptical about how they're going to go over because you told me 2 weeks ago, would Pac be betraying them? I would say yes. Now all of a sudden, there's no inkling or no message of him with dissension with his boys. So it's kind of weird. I'm curious to where that's going to go.
Well, that's what the devil does. The devil deceives.
Yeah, and then it's... I just don't know where you go with other trios. I mean, I know there's plenty of people, but we're like best friends and Orange Cassidy gonna go for it. Best friends suck. So
that's why this whole trios thing was a bad fucking idea, man. Because to constantly keep making trios and just grab 3 guys from the back, stick them as a team.
How long has that been their booking? We got to get guys on TV. At least they stopped every week. 10-man tag, 8-man tag. I remember one week was a fucking 12-man tag match.
Remember SmackDown too? Every fucking week, a 5-on-5.
And then when they tape Elevation Dark, there's 2 more multi-tag matches on there. It's like, I know you got to get guys on TV, but Jesus.
At this point, they might as well just do a battle royal every fucking Wednesday. Just open the show with a fucking battle royal. The guy that wins gets some kind of championship match at the end of the night. I like it. Book it. Better than what the fuck they're doing half the time. Anyway, I love Pac. He's one of the greatest fucking pound-for-pound wrestlers in the world today. Arguably, you could argue with me that he's the best in the world right now. I'd argue with you, but you're not wrong. He's up there. Hell of a performer. He is going to turn on Death Triangle. I think so. I agree with that. But, Jay, what did you think of the match, though, before you tell me who's going to win? What did you think of the match we saw tonight? Were you impressed with Dante Martin?
I'm gonna make it short and sweet. This match was shit. Now,
wow. Okay.
Going into the
tell them how you really feel.
I'm gonna agree with Thomas. Exactly. They should have held off on it. You know what? We got one ego out of the company. Now we're gonna bring 3 egos back into the company, and this is all just Tony Khan's bad booking. And I hope everybody can see this clearly.
Okay. Anthony, I'm going to go to you first. Who's winning this match, the Elite or Death Triangle? And what did you think of the match tonight? Were you impressed by anything? Would you give it a thumbs up? Or did you just not care, like Jay?
I'm gonna go for the winner that the Death Triangle retains.
I like it.
Saturday.
Bold pick. I would love to see that. I'm a fan of that. Gilch. Oh, you got more? Give it to me.
Yeah. I don't like with what you guys were saying about a turn. I don't know. I don't see that happening. If they retain Saturday, there's no shot of a pack. I mean, you don't know. What I would like to see is them win the trios titles and then Pac turn on them after that.
I don't know.
Unpredictable and weird.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways they can go with it. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I think Pac is going to screw them over. Like, at the end of the match, something's going to happen with they bump into each other or some bullshit. It's going to cause him to get fucking, rocked. And then moments later, he's going to get up and just clock Penta or clock fucking Rey Fenix. And then, the Bucks and the Kenny are going to come in and do their, triple V trigger, all this fucking super kick party. Couple of fallen angels, a 1, 2, 3, and the Elite victorious, because there's no way Tony Khan can keep his fucking pants closed. He has to
yeah,
open them up and blow his fucking load and tell everybody everything.
Yeah, these guys, they make the million pay-per-view buys. These guys are very important.
Sure.
Baloney.
Sure. Now we
I
get
sense some sarcasm.
Gilch, did you say anything on this? Did you have a take yet on this? Did we go to you for the? Because maybe I'm saving you for last because I know you love the Bucks.
I mean, you know what my take's gonna be. I mean, they're the backbone of the fucking company.
Backbone of the company. That's a statement.
And if you disagree with that, how could you disagree with what Kenny has done?
That's a T-shirt, man. But you could also argue that Butcher and Blade are the fucking backbone of the company, taking all the bumps.
No, of course Jericho did. But you know what?
Backbone.
Who was putting on 5-star bangers? Who
Jericho's the fucking the whole spine.
For as long as he did, and was hurt as hell in the last 6 months, and still put on bangers every pay-per-view.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but the person that was putting bangers in the beginning was Chris Jericho.
And Darby Allin. And Sammy. It was guys.
Sammy stepped up, but it was really Chris Jericho.
Kenny Omega is the one who impressed me. Kenny Omega is the reason why I started watching AEW. Kenny Omega is the reason why I started going to YouTube and looking at New Japan and watching all these videos and watching all these matches and watching the Painmaker take on Kenny Omega at the Tokyo Dome. Goddamn, that's what made me start watching AEW. If it wasn't for that match, maybe I'm not watching AEW. Maybe we're not even doing this show right now. But, you know.
I have a question for everybody.
Sure.
When do you guys see another Jericho Omega match happen? Because I'm telling you right now, I want to see it. I want to see another match.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I think it's going to be a while away. There's probably a number of people that Kenny wants to work with. He already worked with Chris, unfortunately. And, you know, you have the Bryan Danielsons of the world, the Sammys of the world, the MJFs of the world. So he's going to want to work with a lot of people before maybe getting another feud with Jericho. But I could see it.
But on Dynamite, I would like to see that match on Dynamite.
Well, you're not going to see it on Monday Night fucking Raw. You're going to see it on Dynamite, god damn it. Or Rampage, whatever. Usually they're filmed on the same night. Tony, I keep calling this guy Tony. God damn it. Ricky fucking Starks is going to cut a fucking promo. He says this time, Friday night on Rampage, it's me and Lance Archer. Let's start this shit in the back. I'll break off your braids and make you choke on them. I don't talk in ifs, ands, and maybes. I talk in absolutes, and this Friday I'm going to beat you. All right, this is a Rampage hype-up match. I'm sad that Ricky Starks even has to still be on Rampage. Ricky Starks should be a primetime competitor. He should be getting displayed on fucking Wednesdays, every Wednesday at some point during the night. I don't know. Thomas, do you agree with that take?
I think because of bad booking with the Murder Hawk monster, I think Lance Archer from day one should have been killing a lot of people.
Yeah.
In real life, I think Ricky Starks would get his butthole ripped out of him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's kind of hard for me to believe it, but I think Starks is going over, and I don't even know who's left in the tournament. I can care less about Brian Cage, so it'd be interesting if Starks went against Cage, not to get off topic, but I think eventually if the brackets are lined up, and I'm sure Gilch could educate me on this one, but I see Starks going against all ego, and I think Starks wins the tournament and then goes against MJF.
That's fair, man, because he did take that initial loss against Hobbs, so it would make sense. Does anybody else have a take on who's winning Hobbs? No, I'm sorry, not Hobbs. Ricky Starks and Lance Archer this Friday, and that tournament. Is Ricky Starks taking the whole tournament, Jay?
It looks like it, but I just hate poor Ricky Starks, man. Just coming out and cutting this whole segment.
More of the same.
On fucking Rampage.
On Rampage, yeah.
Okay, this just reminds me of Eddie Kingston's rise when he was here, and now they're just bumping. And I feel like they're doing the same for Ricky.
Okay. Gilch, how about you? Who's winning this match? Or who's winning the tournament? Ricky? Anthony, you same feeling?
No, I'm going to go with Ethan.
Ethan? Okay, actually, that's my dark horse pick. He's killing it.
Here's why. Because if you put the title on MJF, you would have a good storyline with Ethan Page and MJF, if you think about it. With the whole
Yeah,
thing
but
with
you're not going to have that storyline if the firm is behind MJF with their little Fugazi,
Right.
5 guys getting their butts kicked by, a Three Stooges fight that was at the end of Dynamite tonight. That was, I don't know about you, but that was... We're going to get into it, but...
Well, we are going to get into it when we get right back here on Wrestling with Savage. We're going to get into Ethan Page a little more because he had a match tonight versus, All Eagle Ethan Page. Calling everybody you simple, basic civilians. Tonight he's walking through Bandito, and this Saturday I'm going to become the #1 contender and winter is coming, Mox or MJF. I am the next world champion. Here comes Bandito. It was a banger of a match, and we're going to get right back into it when we get back here on Wrestling with Savage. Right now you're going to watch a little commercial for, I believe, barbells and body slams. That's a little bit of what Thomas does. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you give him a follow. And check out what he does, especially if you want to get inspired, if you've had a lack of inspiration, if you need some motivation, you need a glimpse of what it takes to go ahead, hit it, Tom. What is that? Catchphrase? Hit it!
Drop pick your obstacles and climb to the top rope of your fitness success.
Absolutely. Check this out and make sure you follow him. All his socials are going to be right at the end of the clip. And then we'll be back right here on Wrestling with Savage.
Barbells and body slams. I have a unique approach to not only help you become inspired from some of your favorite memories and characters in the past and present in professional wrestling, but to actually help you take action and become the best version of yourself.
Well, what do we got over here? Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing? And listen, you people want to climb to the top of your fitness goals, have success, there's one way to do it. Barbells and body slams.
Barbells and body slams on YouTube. Check it out. Beautiful people, baby.
AKA Crime Time. Yo, you need to watch Barbells and Body Slams on YouTube. Check it out. Oh, what a rush.
Everybody, this is the Godfather, and I want you to check out Barbells and Body Slams. They got a cool episode on the Godfather, man. Check it out. Peace.
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette telling you to watch Barbells and Body Slams, the YouTube channel that will motivate you, get you fit, and get you ready to fight. Remember, it's Barbells and Body Slams, and it's the way to live your life, baby.
Barbells and
Make sure you all go follow Barbells and Body Slams. And now let's get back into the night. We had a match coming up. Ethan Page, like I said. What'd you think, Jay? I'm going to go to you first, Jay, real quick on this one. Ethan Page, Eagle's Edge, impressive. What'd you think?
I thought Bandito was more impressive than Ethan Page.
Absolutely.
I wanted Ethan Page to win the match, so I'm glad for Ethan Page.
And Thomas, were you surprised to see Bandito lose because he's their new signee, big star? He was getting pops. People obviously are digging this guy, and WWE dropped the ball by not signing him. What'd you think of the match?
I think it's the case of going over and getting over. I got to say, I was just like with Sammy's cutter earlier in the night. I was impressed with literally his one-arm slam, holding him up there, whatever. I know they talked about it on Busted Open about the strength of Bandito. And I'm not really into him because I think he's a small kind of wrestler or whatever, but he did something more for me. And he's gotten some more of my respect as a wrestler and what his capabilities are in the match. So I think he got over and Page went over.
All right. For the sake of time constraint, I'm going to just go right into the next segment. Toni Storm versus Anna Jay. Toni Storm wins. Here comes Jamie Hayter with Britt Baker. We already talked about Britt earlier in the night, so we already know how everybody feels. So we don't really need to get back into that. You're just seeing some screenshots right now of the match between Bandito. Absolutely killed Bandito. Bandito is fucking awesome. They show us a video package now of Luchasaurus with Christian Cage and Jungle Boy in the steel cage. Renee Paquet giving her take. Who gives a shit? I don't care. I hope this match fucking finishes quickly. I might go take a shit during this fucking match. That's how much I care about it. Ortiz, who is it? Eddie Kingston and Ortiz are going to be taking on my boy Takeshita and whoever this other guy is, DDT Pro Wrestling. I don't even know his fucking name. I totally forgot. I remember he had a match with Moxley where they were chopping each other 656 times. It was great. I liked it. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Anna Jay taking the fucking L. Toni Storm retaining. Britt Baker. Jamie Hayter. Who's winning that match? Jamie Hayter or Tony Storm? Real quick. Thomas first. Who's winning?
I want Jamie Hayter to go over, but I'm not really sure. I could see possibly Tony Storm and maybe a returning Chris Statlander come out.
Okay.
If they're anticipating a return.
All right, let's keep it quick.
We
got to keep it quick. We got to get to MJF. We got to get to MJF. Jay, who's winning? Storm? Gilch, who's winning?
I hope Jamie, but I have a feeling not.
Anthony, who's winning?
Jamie.
I agree. Jamie Hayter's going to win. Go over. Thomas, if you want to take your... I'll give you 30 seconds. One more on Jamie before we get into MJF. Go for it.
No, we're good.
You're good? All right. MJF is going to come out. We're going to hear from MJF and Moxley. Moxley's going to come out first. He says he is the best pro wrestler in the world. He talks shit. He backs it up. I have taken, basically everything. I've taken all comers. I've done everything. I defined the AEW World Championship. Announcers then, they're going crazy about Moxley. They're loving him. The fans are booing. I think they're kind of chanting even MJF a little bit, some sections. Mox says he loves to fight. And, it's you shouldn't admire him. It's not a good thing to admire him because he's sick in the head. He says he's literally sick in the head. He says he loves it. He loves fighting, but he says you can't hurt him because literally he doesn't care, and that's exactly who Jon Moxley is. Last week, I asked who exactly is MJF. Who is exactly MJF? He's talking a lot of shit, man. He's going on and on. I'm the world champion. I scout my opponents. I did some research to find out all this shit. MJF comes out after, of course, the firm decides to come out and get involved, attack Jon Moxley. William Regal is getting involved, trying to, fend off the firm. MJF makes the fucking save and says, I didn't come out here to save you because I fucking like you. I came out here to save you because I don't want any excuses from you or any of your bitch-ass fucking fans around the world. Now, what I saw tonight was the complete fucking picture of what you're going to see on fucking Saturday, not Sunday, Jon Moxley, fucking up, saying the pay-per-view was on fucking Sunday. On Saturday, you're going to see William Regal turn into the devil. He's been telling you for a while that he is a fucking villain. And there's a reason why he's been telling you that. Because he is the fucking villain. He's going to screw over fucking Jon Moxley. MJF is your new world champion. And there ain't a goddamn thing anybody's going to do about it. Go for it, Thomas.
Well, maybe by some chance, but thank God Tony didn't do anything about it because he pulls everything out quick anyway, which sounds a little weird, but you know what I mean. I think William Regal is going to be hitting not the diamond ring, but the brass knuckles on Mox, and I think that's the way MJF is going to win after a banger. I think it's going to go back and forth. I think they're going to pull in the crowd. I think people are going to buy in that Mox is going to, that MJF is going to win this straight, legit, the whole 9 yards. If you see William Regal leave from the desk and go down to the ring, you know it's happening.
He might be ringside.
11:43 on a Wednesday, you heard it.
Might be ringside. Jay, obviously, give me your take. What'd you think of this promo segment and, of course, the match on Saturday?
If everybody thinks this promo segment was great, you're out of your fucking mind. This was MJF saying the same shit all over again and again last week, the week before, the week after. It's the same bullshit. I'm going to go, I really feel that Tony Khan is a fucking mark, and I feel like 90% sure he's going to fuck us over and have Moxley go.
Okay, I can actually fucking see that happening. Don't piss me off right now. Gilch, go ahead.
I'll say kind of what Jay just said. I, with the way they've booked shit and the way they've quote-unquote given us what we wanted, not.
Oh, wow, you guys just made me...
I would not be shocked. I know, bro. It's this guy. I know. I'm as sick as you.
Sick to my stomach right now.
I wouldn't be shocked.
All right, Anthony, what you got before I give my savage take of the night?
I'm going to say it right now. I want to see MJF go over. I want to see MJF get that title. He fucking needs that title. It's about goddamn time. You dropped the ball the last time they faced each other. Don't do it again because it's going to cause a riot in New Jersey.
Well, Anthony, unfortunately, the police will be there to stop any riots, so it won't fucking matter. And I just had a fucking vision, and that's what I do because I used to be a wrestler, and sometimes I just have these flashes, and these guys are all talking wrestling, and I just saw it. Tony Khan He wants to become the villain. He wants to become Vince McMahon. He wants you to fucking hate him. So how can he make you hate him? He's not going to give you what you want. He's going to take it away from you, and he's going to make MJF fucking earn it, hence turning himself into that new owner character next year, where he'll be making his on-screen appearance to do everything in his power to ruin MJF's professional fucking life. And it's going to be good fucking TV, I think, and I'm willing to wait for it. If MJF doesn't win on this Saturday, I will not be shocked at this point. I will not be shocked, because Tony Khan is a fucking mark, and I think he's a mark for Vince McMahon more than he will ever fucking admit. And this has been Wrestling with Savage. It is 11:40 motherfucking 5, and it's a fucking wrap. Everybody have a good night, and we'll be back next week to tell you all about the fallout from AEW Full Gear. And I'll be there this Saturday. Gilch will be there. Thomas will be there. We're going to meet up maybe 6, 7 o'clock. We'll be somewhere in the building giving out LaGreca heads. Dave LaGreca, if you're out there, come through, sign some fucking heads, get some pictures with Wrestling with Savage, and then watch me cut a hell of a promo for you live at the Prudential Center. For everybody here, shout out to all of you. Thank you for joining me for this episode. And we will be back next time right here on Wrestling with Savage. Everybody have a good night, and God bless.
Listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today! Woo!
George, I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know. Up for George. Huh?
We're Savage!
But of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
I'm trying to give these two W's.